Hey guys, Scripture here with another video, and I took a little longer to get to this one. This is the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer reaction, review, whatever you want to call it. I have seen this, and I've seen a couple of other takes on a few things that I kind of disagree with or whatever, but let's just see what this is. Obviously, I'm not going to put any audio. We're just going to go with a few visuals, the ones that we can. Because obviously, you know, we have to watch what we're doing with stuff like this. But I did really want to give you guys my thoughts on it, as it's kind of an interesting situation here with Mandalorian, with Season 3 being so different. And then we were told, or at least led to believe at the end of the third season that, you know, Mando was kind of going back to sort of selective bounties and things of that nature. So, I don't know. Season 3 was just so different and weird. I don't know. Anyways. So let's get into this. The first 37 seconds of this trailer is literally just footage we've already seen before. It's Bo-Katan talking about the Mandalorian and how he's, you know, Grogu's found father. There's like 4 lines of dialogue or something like that from Bo-Katan. And literally all the first 37 seconds is footage of them from previous seasons, the finger touch thing, all that stuff that we've seen. So there's literally only 37 seconds of actual trailer in this trailer. And even then, there's another 5 or 10 seconds at the end where it just shows the Mandalorian and Grogu, whatever, logo. I just wanted to also just mention real quick here that am I the only one who is, like, wondering why there's, like, no creativity with these titles? Like, you called the show The Mandalorian, just like you called Ahsoka, Ahsoka, Kenobi, Kenobi, Andor, Andor. Like, every show is just the name of whatever it is. At least with The Acolyte, it was, like, it's still The Acolyte. You're still identifying just a person or whatever, which is the same thing, but at least it's a description instead of just them. It's them. It's these people. Like, and then in the movie, I was expecting, like, oh, they're going to name it something cool. And it's The Mandalorian and Grogu. Like, do they not know how to title things for promotion that isn't just what it is or the character that it is? It seems like that's all they do. That's literally all they do. I thought it would be something cool, like, that relates to the story or the era that they're in. Like, you know, maybe call it, like, the rise of the First Order, or the Mandalorian discovers the Empire. I don't know, something else. I mean, those aren't very good either, don't get me wrong, but, like, if, you know, you're sitting around, there's 25 people in a room, you should be able to think of a better title than The Mandalorian and Grogu. Anyways, okay, so now we actually get into actual footage that we haven't seen before. So Mandalorian goes in and he shoots up. Now, here's the thing. Are these people being held captive? Or are these high-ranking officers? And then no, they've got to be captive. Why would he shoot? Or is he going to shoot them too then? Because oh yeah, he is. Okay, so he shoots the snow troopers, so they're clearly on a winter planet, and then he points the guns at them. So okay, so he's on this planet and he's going after these Imperials for whatever reason. Then we get the Razer Crest, which was kind of weird, and I don't know how that's even possible. Like, does he just buy a new one? If he buys a new one, where did he get the money to do that? Number one. Number two, because he hasn't been doing bounties. He's been babysitting now for who knows how long. So then that would mean this takes place probably sometime later. I mean, how quickly can you gather up enough cash to buy another one of these types of ships? Like, it would probably be pretty expensive. So I'm a little bit kind of weirded out by that. There's no way they could have rebuilt the other one. It full-blown exploded. It's not a rebuild. This is a total new ship. Like, it's done. The other thing that I find really kind of dumb about this is that you look at even Screen Rant here, for example. The Mandalorian movie footage credits a 2-year-old corrects, a 2-year-old Star Wars mistake. Which they're talking about, they never should have gotten rid of the Razer Crest. Why did they get rid of the Razer Crest? It's totally impractical for a bounty hunter to be using this other ship. Now they're going back to it. It's like, oh, we screwed up and gave them a ship that's totally impractical and dumb. So quick, go back to the old one that we blew up. Look, remember, guys? Like, they're member-burying things that are like 2 years old now. And that also makes me think that what he's doing on this ice planet going after these Imperials is a bounty. A bounty on whose behalf? I guess we'll see here. Okay, so then you get Buddy from Rebels, and he's a part of the New Republic. It almost looks like he's dropping Mando off. Maybe this is his ship. So he had the same type of ship as Mando. Because in the trailer, he says good luck to him. Like he's dropping him off on this planet to go do whatever this is, this bounty. So is Din working for the New Republic and taking out Imperial targets or whatever, First Order targets? That's what it seems to me to be. The dragging the baby along, though, does get corny. It gets corny. Like, I'm a bounty hunter who drags my baby around. And the thing that I don't like about it is the thing that I didn't like about it in Mandalorian, and I expressed that in my Season 3 review, that we all knew before the finale of Season 3, based on everything we had seen prior to that in Season 1 and 2, and in the Book of Boba Fett, that when everybody, has a problem and the chips go down and what do? We're all going to die. The baby's going to stick his hand out and everything's fine. And they did that literally like 6 times, man, including at the very end. So there's no tension for me with these two because he brings the kid along. The kid helps him do something. The kid does this. He's small, so he can crawl through spaces, blah, 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 blah. And then he's just going to, they're going to get in trouble. They're going to be surrounded or something by stormtroopers or something. And then he's just going to use the Force and send them all flying or something like that. Because he's so OP that there's no tension. It's just like Rey. She's so OP that there's no tension. He's even more OP than she is. He's like the craziest OP and can't even talk. He's a literal baby. He can hardly walk. So, and everyone's like, oh, he trained at the temple. He's 50. How is a baby that can't talk, can't read? Like, really, guys? He's training to learn healing at the temple? Which, by the way, makes the whole Anakin thing make no sense. Because why didn't somebody, inform Anakin if he was that worried about Padme that he could have at least tried to save her using the healing method, which is what saved Rey? Yes, it's the same thing in canon. It's the same description. It's the healing and the bringing her back to life was literally the same Force power. So, again, it's so convoluted and stupid, and it all leads to the stupid sequels, but, again, the tension goes away because Grogu's just going to do his thing, and it's like, yay. So anyway, I think he's dropping them off, okay, and then you're inside this, and of course it's First Order-y, right? They have the red and the white, the red and the black, that's like the big theme of the First Order. Whatever, there's snowtroopers walking around. Din walking around. Oh, and there's Grogu sneaking in, right? Sneaking through pipes or something. He's probably going to sneak around and find a way to get Din in. And it's like, okay, I mean, he could just use the Force to open a door or do whatever, but whatever, I guess they're trying to be stealthy. I don't know. Looks like Din's just walking around. Maybe this is a totally different place. It's not the snow planet. I don't know, but I think it probably is. I don't think they have a ton of footage to work with, and they're going off of this small portion of stuff that they've completed. Okay, the snowtroopers are... This is where it gets super corny. Because this is a mouse droid. And for some reason, they decided... John Favreau, I'm sure, is running the show here, and Dave obviously is involved. But for some reason, they decided to make it white and put police lights on it. Like earth, red, and blue flashing police lights. Can they stop doing this? Like, I just reviewed the trailer for Skeleton Crew, where literally they made an Earth suburb. Their bikes even had streamers on the handlebars. They were pushing them through the grass, even though they don't have wheels. They're like speeders, just to make it seem, what are you doing, you guys? Like, just make it the normal mouse droid that we've seen a million times. Why do you have to put police lights on them now? And they're white. So they're supposed to look like little police cars. So you got micro machines driving around. It's just corny, man. Like, why do they do this? Anyways. And then, yeah, like the view from this mouse droid, like, it's not as cool as they think it is. It's very meh. And oh no, the mouse droid's gonna get Din, the little dinky cop car thing. Like, really? Lame, guys. Anyways, so this is actually where it looks cool. So they're on I think it's an AT-RT, and which is super rad. Like, we haven't seen much of that. I love this shot. I love that it's going down the mountain. All this, good. This is good. And then he hits the bottom and boom, 2 AT-ATs right there. Like, that's a cool shot. Very cool. No complaints there whatsoever. And that's it. So we go from 37 seconds to 109. There's literally 32 seconds of footage here. So it's not that compelling. It's not that exciting. I really do like this last part with the AT-RT and the AT-ATs. But it looks like, to me, like he's got a bounty, and the bounty's coming directly from the New Republic to go take out this group of admirals. Now, what they may do, because apparently, this is where the waters get a little muddy here again, and I don't know how they're going to reconcile this. Hopefully they can properly, because they have a history of not doing this, is in the Aftermath books and all that stuff, Leia was trying to tell the New Republic that there was a threat still, that it wasn't over. And they're like, no. And so she formed the resistance outside of the New Republic. But if the guy from Rebels is working for the New Republic like he was in Mando Season 3, then, and he's giving Mando this assignment to take out this Imperial thing, are they going to say that this is a remnant Imperial thing? It looked very First Order-y, so wouldn't that mean that the New Republic would know that there's still a threat? And if the New Republic knew there was still a threat, then why did Leia have to form the resistance? Why didn't they just do it together? It seems a little convoluted, unless Buddy from Rebels is doing this outside of that, like trying to keep it quiet. But then why would you do that? Like, you have all these resources of the New Republic. So they've made this storyline really convoluted, this post Return of the Jedi storyline, really, really convoluted. And, you know, you got Thrawn in the mix, other galaxies. It's getting to be a complete and utter mess. And I don't have faith that they're going to explain this properly. Maybe they will. Maybe I'm crazy. That they'll get it right this time. But they have a history of screwing up the story because they didn't plan any of this stuff ahead of time. And it didn't mean they had to plan everything out and have every script written and all that stuff. But you had to have your bullet points laid out. If you're going to go through this timeline and have another empire and have all those things, you have to have that done. They didn't do that. JJ made his movie, Ryan made his movie, JJ made his movie, admitted they had no plan, and now they're trying desperately to make it make sense, and I'm feeling like this is going to be problematic, because again, this is Imperials. I guess if they make it a remnant, it might kind of work, but if those are officers, they're obviously going to be in contact with other Imperials. Again, it gets convoluted when you get Leia in there and all that stuff, as I already explained. I don't need to keep going into it. So, anyways, guys, that's it. That's my take. Like I said, that last scene going down the hill was really cool. Really different. Something we haven't seen in Star Wars. Certainly not in live action. I love that. Again, I've said what I don't like. I feel like, again, Grogu's just going to stick his hand out at the end of this movie and nothing's going to matter anyway. And I feel like they're not going to explain this part of the timeline very well. But having said that, that's it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Always helps the channel. And feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.